hello, everyone. Good to see you. Everybody's starting to come into the call, and I hope your we were just talking about the weather. I hope your weather, wherever you are, is okay. I know it's been challenging across the country, and as well as up there in Canada where you are, Sophie, over the last couple of weeks. Today it's cloudy here in Northern California, but no rain for a little while at least. So that's good news. We've had so much rain, it needs to sink in a little bit. So today we thought we'd talk about what did you do? Hannah did a great presentation last month and gave you all a lot of ideas about social media and some tasks. So anybody take advantage of that, make some reels, do some posts? What's happening? Sophie?
Yeah, I did a few posts. I tried a few different kinds that I hadn't tried before. Don't get much result from it, but whatever. I tried and I did a few.
Okay, good, good.
We were supposed to get the calendar and the presentation. Are we gonna get that?
Yeah, I sent it to a couple of you. Let me actually send it right now. Then you can we can talk about if anyone did anything, and then you can take this same calendar and apply it for following months too.
Would be good. I didn't try paying for any advertisement yet, but I will try that in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I think even as you continue to post and you get more comfortable with it, your content will slowly improve as well once you kind of know the ropes of editing and all the ins and outs of Instagram, even TikTok. So I would say give it a couple weeks of organic posting and then go ahead and do a boosted post.
It's always the same people that like my posts anyway.
Yeah, then that would be a good time to do a boosted post to reach more people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Try just a few dollars and see what happens. If you get a result, then a few dollars more. You don't have to spend a lot of money to start testing it out. Rebecca, how about you?
Hey, so it says Rebecca Clay, but I'm actually Rebecca Fairfax. It's been so confusing, but so just wanted everybody to know that. Some of you I already know from last year, and of course I'm new to the club, but I did want to say, of course, I didn't see Hannah's presentation, but I've been boosting quite a bit, and I went from having I don't know, maybe in the last few months, picking up at least 1,000 or 1,200 or more followers on Instagram.
That's
Wow.
incredible.
Yeah, by boosting and just doing $5 or $6 a day for 5 or 6 days. So really the investment isn't that high, but the return has been amazing.
Wow, so just $5-6 a day, Rebecca?
Yeah, you can choose how many dollars you want to spend a day, and that supposedly translates to how many people they push it toward.
Yeah, like
And you know
Facebook.
the terminology, but it seems like it gets pushed, so you can choose a range. Like say $5 a day might be 1,000 to 4,000 eyes, or sets of eyes. So I'm up to I don't know, 1,900 followers or something like that now
Wow, very good. Very good.
in a short period of time without too
Yeah.
much money invested.
I have your Instagram pulled up right now. I mean, for only 95 posts that you've done, your follower count is really good. And then
Oh,
your
wow,
bio
okay.
is straight to the point. It's you know, easy and simple. And then you do a really nice job of a variety of different posts. So your captions look great too. So
Do you want to
thank
share it, Hannah?
yeah, I
just
can share this.
post. Yeah.
And if everyone wants to add their Instagram handle, maybe we could all go and follow each other.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Good idea.
Yeah, I didn't have the chance to watch Hannah presentation, and but I do have the same feeling of Sophie. I mean, it's usually the same people that likes the post, and I was about to ask how would be this boosting, but I'm assuming is that one that you pay something for a period of time, and Rebecca, did you choose, because I once just went to check it out how it would be, how it would cost. Did you narrow down your targeted audience? Because I know you can choose like region, male, female. Did you do this, or you just put like a region and an amount per day?
Yeah, I didn't even do a region. They recommended that the audience should be similar to the other people who already followed me.
Oh, okay.
So I just
Oh.
chose that, and that's what I choose every
okay.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Okay, good.
that's the best way to go in the beginning, because it doesn't really matter where you live with Instagram, and you're able to ship your art anywhere. I would say once you're like, let's say you're doing Art Expo New York and you wanted to boost a post for people to get tickets, that's when you would really narrow the audience into the tri-state area or New York City.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Anna, when she gave the criteria to have people follow her that are almost the same people as she as already follow her, there's a lot of artists who follow artists. Okay, that's fine, but I don't they're not buying pieces from me. So who do I have to, I don't want to have more artists. Well, I do want to have more artists follow me, but I don't want to have more artists following me,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I would
that's true.
do.
That's true.
That's when I would go in and do the custom audience. And then you can select, your ideal customer range and input all of that. So when you're doing the boosted posts, it's reaching those specific people.
Yeah, Hannah, how do you do that? Because also, and you probably dealt with this last time, but when you do your hashtag as well, are hashtags useful at all? Number one, and number two, like I've started putting in hashtag art collectors, hashtag art buyers. I don't know if it's making any difference, but I didn't see anything in the list of options of people to send your boost to that were where you could put in collectors and buyers.
Yeah, so when you want to really, really go deep in targeting specific hashtags like art collector, contemporary art collector, whatever it may be, that's when you would go in and do a meta ad. So it gets
Okay.
way deeper into, the type of post. I would say a meta ad is a really great, really detailed niche post that you want to do to attract a certain audience. And an Instagram boosted post is more so for getting your post out to a lot more people seeing your posts and kind of just boosting your following.
What exactly is this meta ad?
So can you repeat that?
Yeah, what exactly is this other type of ad that you have just mentioned?
Yeah, so an Instagram boosted post is where you would go to your Instagram account, you would select one post and you would boost that post.
Okay.
But a meta ad is when you would go into your Facebook business account and you would develop this new ad. A meta ad is better for like an evergreen ad that you wanted to be posted both on Facebook, and then of course they own Instagram, so it's shared on Instagram as well. And this would be more of, say you're scrolling through stories and you see an ad pop up, that would be an example of a meta ad. Or if you're scrolling on your feed, you might notice that you'll see people who you don't follow and it'll say follow in the top corner. That would be another example of a meta ad.
Okay, thank you, Hannah.
Yeah.
So we can sign up to do a meta ad. We can program that into our profile.
Correct.
Okay.
And then, Rebecca, to answer your question, when you go into Instagram and you do a boosted post, you'll see a section under who do you want to see your ad? It says create your own, and then you type in interests when you
Mhm.
want to go a little bit more
Okay.
specific.
Can I ask you something on social media? So I got really mad at Facebook, and so I deleted my art business page and my personal page. So I started at my personal page. It's been very difficult to get people because they don't trust me. They don't think it's really me because they know I got off of it, for political reasons. Then I just started a few days ago a business page on Facebook, and I have one like and one follower, which is, sort of painful. But so I'm trying to figure out how to reach out, and I hope this applies to other people on the call, like, what is the best way to bring people to my
Yeah,
page at this point, because it's so late in the game now.
I would say, I mean, you can connect your Instagram to your Facebook page. So whatever you post there will automatically be posted to Facebook. I would say since you're doing such a great job on Instagram, just like concentrate on that vertical. And I wouldn't worry so much about your Facebook following. I think a lot less people are going on Facebook to seek out a business and they're kind of using it just for more personal reasons. Whereas Instagram, you're on your phone, it's quick, you're seeing a lot of content, different people. It's a little bit more inspiring as an app rather than Facebook. So share your everything that you're posting to Facebook. You can set it up automatically through Instagram in the settings tab, and then just keep focusing on your Instagram.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
I think people get so stressed about they need to be on TikTok and YouTube Shorts and all these things. But if I would say stick to one, and then once you've got that narrowed down, then you can start expanding your platforms.
Great, thank you.
I noticed that there's quite a few people that's all they have is Instagram.
Mhm.
Some people, artists, don't even have a website. They just have Instagram, and that's kind of their thing.
Yeah,
Where they're
I
posting everything.
I would say going through all of our Art Expo exhibitors who have a virtual page, and I would to make sure to tag them on Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is, 70% just have an Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I really wonder how effective are websites at this point? Do gallerists really look at them, or do they just, because of the pace of our days now, do they just look at Instagram just to get a quick look? And then possibly, if they want to know more about the person, then go into their website? Or
Yeah.
Linda, what do you think of that?
I think that you're right. I think that that's how a lot of it probably transpires. That they, see something that's interesting on Instagram, and then, you've got your website right there in your Instagram, and then they click through and take a look at I think having a website, especially if you're interested in gallery representation, art dealers, uh, more on the trade side. So art dealers, art consultants, architects, designers, they're more apt to want to know more. They want to know more about the story. They're interested in you. What's your story? Certainly they're interested in, particular pieces of artwork and how they might fit into a particular project or a particular client they're working with. But I absolutely think that, and you know, we're headed into Art Expo New York, and in 2 weeks we'll be there. And so, you know, we're all very active in terms of looking at exhibitors, artwork, looking at website and all of that for the purpose of not only social media posting, but articles that are coming up, and the programming schedule of the fair. And it really is, Hannah's right. I would say at least 70% of the exhibitors really, if you want to see their website, you've got to hunt for it. You've got to go to the Instagram, because that's what they've given us when they filled out their application, and that's the information that they've supplied. So then you go to the Instagram, and hopefully they've got a, you know, a website link there. If they don't, then you're out there searching for it.
I would almost look at your Instagram as your portfolio and your
Yeah.
website as your resume.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
Mhm.
people, especially galleries, would like to go to your website to get your email address, which you can also put within your bio on Instagram. And the more you kind of open your posts up to engagement, like, what do you think of this piece? Maybe you have 3 pictures in a carousel, and which one is your favorite? I think you also kind of open up your DMs and allow people to reach out to you, especially for maybe a commissionable piece or purchasing art. I think just the more transparency you're giving them, they'll kind of take it back.
And I've seen a lot and gotten a lot of those fake
Yeah.
DMs, and Facebook was really bad for that. That was one reason why I quit. You know, just comments on a painting or something, and you knew it was fake. But I had somebody, I don't know how he did it, but he did something on my Instagram to prevent that,
Mm-hmm.
or to make that more difficult. Do you know how that can be done? Because it's so distracting for us as artists during the day to, or even, you know, you check your social media later and it's just flooded with scams or spams or garbage.
Yeah, you can disable comments. So if someone's not following you, you can disable them from being allowed to comment on your posts. There are a lot of bots out there. It's just unfortunately the nature of social media, but
Yeah.
you can also block specific keywords. Like if you see that these bots are always commenting the same thing, you can block those emojis or the specific words, whatever they are.
Right. I did want to say something on portfolios, because I've been creating a digital portfolio with Google Slides. I don't know if you talked about that earlier, and I apologize if you already did. But as far as getting gallery representation, you know, and you can turn it into a PDF and send it to potential galleries. I don't know if anybody else has any experience with that or comments.
So you just
I
make
have a 2 different portfolios. I have a shorter one with the only just like 3 or 4 paintings and my artist statement and my bio. And I have a bigger one, which is about 16 pages, which has much more paintings. And those I send to galleries. I've been sending a lot of galleries since the beginning of the year. Sometimes they don't want too many paintings, and they want to be sent directly to the website. So I send them directly to my website and only do the small portfolio. So I did it with Canvas. It was really much easier than I had done a previous one with Google, and I like Canvas much better, and I did a really good job, I think. And it kind of I made it kind of like a continuation of my website, so it's all the same colors, all the same typo, and you know, the some of the same layouts and everything like that, so that when they look at both, they're like familiar in one way or another.
Nice, thank you. It's
If
great.
if you want, I could send it to you as an example,
I
Rebecca.
would love it. Thank you. Thanks,
Okay, I'll
Sophie.
do that.
Merci
Sophie, would you send
beaucoup.
it to me too?
To Vivian? Yes.
Yeah, please. I'd love to see it on Canva.
I did it on Canva, and
On
you can
Canva.
save it. You can save it as a PDF. You can save it as
Mhm.
a JPEG. You can save it to have it printed by a real printer. So it's really a lot. I
Wow.
love Canva.
Canva's
Yeah,
great.
it's good. Canva's
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
It's also a really good tool for social media. You can create Instagram stories or reels in there.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
gotten to that point yet, but
Yeah,
And
we'll be doing it.
use
and
the
then
tool.
Hannah,
Easier.
how do you then transfer it to a post
So you'll
from
just download
Canva?
it. You'll download it. I would do the highest quality, and then you can airdrop it to your cell phone once it's on your desktop, and then just post from there.
Oh, okay.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do want to call attention to a couple of things that can also be used for social media material. Vivian recently had her article um, uh, on Art Business News. So some of you have already done that, but that is one of the benefits of being a member of the Artist Club is you can have an article in Art Business News. And once that's published, then you can use that as another way to market yourself and certainly add it to your resume, your portfolio, on your website. And if you're interested in that, all you need to do is email me. And I will send you, the questions and what you need to submit in order um, to schedule the article. And then the other thing that I want to announce to the group is, and we talked about it when we first opened it up, is the Redwood Art Prize. So the winners and the finalists have been selected. There were 4 winners, and Linda Roberts is one of those winners.
Wow.
So congratulations, Linda.
Yeah.
So her work will be on display at Art Expo New York, along with the other 3 winners. And there will be an article coming up actually next week announcing the first inaugural Redwood Art Prize winners and finalists. So we're excited about that. We're excited about featuring it and the work of the 4 winners at Art Expo New York. So
Thank you, Linda. I was astounded when I got your email.
there were 274 submissions,
Wow.
which we were
Wow.
really pleased about. The only way that we marketed it was we marketed for about 2 weeks at the beginning on Instagram. And then we also went out to, our extensive database and encouraged people to submit. So yeah, so we're excited, and I thought everyone should know that Linda was one of the winners. Really fun. So we've talked a lot about social media. Any other questions, burning
Maybe I
issues?
just wanted to share an experience I had in Instagram a few years ago, and maybe this is a do not do this advice. Many times I receive private messages of this offers to sell followers, which I don't usually do. I don't do, but there are also some profiles that are art oriented, like that. Maybe they might have, I don't know, 500,000 followers, and they are supposed to be sharing art of different peoples. And what they do is they post you they post your material and they guarantee a certain amount of followers that are supposed to be art related or people that are interested in art. So I said, okay, I'll try this. It doesn't look like just buying followers. And I tried it. And it was kind of same thing because I did it. It was for like $15 and they guaranteed, I don't know, 1,000 followers interested in art. And the numbers were there. I immediately after they posted my image, like there was a flow of followers, but I began searching who they were, and it was literally like 99%. I don't know if they are called ghost profiles all from Egypt, literally, and like no posts, no pictures, nothing. And maybe there were 10 people that were real organic followers that were interested. So, and then with the time, those followers started dropping. So yeah, it doesn't work neither.
No, I would definitely say that's also a scam too.
Yeah.
If these pages reach out to you and they have an insane amount of followers, I would go look through how many people are actually viewing their content. Let's say it's a reel, how many people actually like
Yes.
your posts, and that would be a really telling sign.
Yeah, you could tell that there are posts that have really little engagement, even though
Yeah.
they had like 500,000 followers.
Yeah.
It was not harmful, but it just doesn't.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I had a somewhat similar experience a few years ago where I got approached by a site saying, yeah, we'll post your work. And then they sent me a link to pay for it. And, I said, oh, shoot, that's a scam. I got it. I get it. I don't want to do it. But they already had my contact information. And so I didn't give them a credit. I didn't give them my credit card. So they got really mad. And they started spamming my Instagram account. Saying, this woman is a scammer. Don't trust her. She's fake. So I ended up having, and they started flooding it with all this stuff. And it got so bad that I had to shut down that account. So this account that I have now, I started up after that about a year ago. So yeah, sorry about the.
Yeah, I would say take your money and put it into a boosted post rather than a third.
Hannah, I have a question for you.
Okay.
When I have a story and I want to repost it, and I remember you told us before that you can repost it if you click on the circle with the crosshairs in it, but that option doesn't show up when I try to repost a story. It gives you the option of sending it to individuals.
Yeah, so you're talking about a story. Sometimes if the person has a private account, they don't let their stories be shared.
Yeah.
So that would prohibit you from sharing someone else's story, but if it's public, then you should be able to share it.
Yeah, no, I haven't been. It's because it's with often with New Mexico Women in the Arts. I'll try to repost something, and I only have the option of sending a message to someone individually or to an email, but not to repost it as a story.
I would go ahead and share if they have a supporting post that goes along with it that has the same message, I would share the post to your story. And then from there, you can add a link that you're trying to promote and add any text as well that would be relevant.
Okay, without the text, yeah. Okay, thank you. And I wanted to thank Linda, acknowledge Linda. You've been a really great resource, not only for the article, but as a advisor on a couple of questions that I had. You were really great about that. I wanted to thank you publicly for that.
Well, you're very welcome. And, we're all here. That's part of
Great.
being a member in the club is you know, you have full access to each of us, you know, for a consultation, for questions. We're happy to do that. It's what we do. So yeah,
That's great.
you know. So I think for next month, I want to encourage each of you to try doing a boosted post. One less latte at Starbucks and use that money for a post. That's probably, that might be hard, but give it a try and see what your results are. Sophie, I see your hand up.
Yes, Anna, when you do a boosted post, let's say the last time you said maybe five, like Rebecca did, $5 a day for a week or two. Do you change the post? Like, do you change the image? Do you do a different a different post for each $5 or for each 5 day, or do you leave the same one for 2 weeks?
You leave the same one, and it's also going to show you that if you have a reel that's using a song that's not, that is
Yeah,
copyrighted, it won't
you,
let you
you
use that.
right. You can't do a paying. I tried that. You can't do a paying post if you have a song that you're choosing from the Instagram list.
Right. So I believe it gives you the option to change the song, or I would just do a new reel. It could even be the same reel and use a non-copyrighted song that you're able to use. Instagram has a bunch that you can use, and then you can boost it.
But what I'm asking is, let's say I do a post of a picture of a painting. Do
Mhm.
I keep that same one for the
Yes.
2 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you boost a specific post, that's the only one that people will see for a couple weeks. So then if you wanted to do another one, you could either you can run as many as you want at the same time, or you could choose a lower budget and run a bunch, or a higher budget and run one for a week and then switch to another post.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in control of the duration and the amount, and Instagram will also give you suggestions on which posts to boost based on how they're performing.
Okay. I just wondering if it's better to show many things or to show the same thing for like 2 weeks.
Right. I would do like a week and switch it up and see which
Okay.
one you're getting the most traction from. And then from there, once you get the most traction, let's say you do a carousel of a couple photos and then you do a reel, maybe the reel does way better. Then you'll also know that those reels are the organic posts that you should start doing regularly.
Okay. And again, the reel is the thing that you see on top that's 24 hours, and the story is the thing in your, no, it's the opposite. Okay.
Your story only lasts for 24 hours. Your reels and posts are in your feed that live in
Okay,
your
okay.
profile. Yeah.
Sorry.
Think of your story as just your little daily story.
Okay.
Hannah?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to add too, I was amazed when I first did a couple of reels, and I think I only did one where I faced the camera, and I basically talked about being a new artist, fairly new, and the whole concept was it's never too late. And I boosted it and I got like 250 likes on it, which was, I hadn't had that. And other ones, I've had paintings get like 350 likes on them from boosting them. And I'm just wondering about the whole thing, the difference between like putting up one picture, one image of one of your paintings, or like I just put up one that's one image of a painting plus 4 detail images. Does, because it's all about the algorithms, right? So, and I have reels of over my shoulder painting. What, and maybe you already addressed this, but maybe it'd be worth repeating too, just what kinds of things do get more interest and do show up on our followers or not our followers, anybody's feed.
Yeah. I mean, people like if you're gonna make a reel, people like a hook. This goes the same for TikTok. So maybe your hook is you're stepping into the frame, or you're dipping your paintbrush, or you're saying, come with me to do this. They like something right off the bat because it takes about 3 seconds, or they'll leave or they'll stay. So the reel where it's painting on your shoulder, and maybe start facing the camera because people like to see people. But then your painting, for example, is they're intrigued by this one piece. And then I like that you showed the details. I think that's really smart. That's a good example of a boosted post that you run for a week, or 1 to 3 weeks. And then you could also do a boosted post that you have going on daily for a month, which could contain a couple different pieces to show the variety in your work.
So I'm wondering, let's say you have a painting, you could pay $20 a day for 5 days, or
Totally.
20 days for $5.
Right.
Which one might be better, do you think?
So you can kind of play with it. It'll show you an Instagram. Let's say you did $20 for 5 days. It'll show you the reach amount. And then I would test it 5 days. No, yeah, $5 for 20 days and see the reach amount there. It may be the same for your, who it's going to go to. It may be different, but either way, you're spending the same amount. So I would kind of see which one will get you the most reach.
Okay.
And go with that one. And then another tip, if you're going to do a video, make sure you're filming in 4K 60, which you can change on the top right corner when you open up the video app in your iPhone. It's right in the top, and you would I think it automatically goes to 4K 30, but you can just switch it to 60.
Oh.
And then also, let's say you're using some sort of editing app, make sure you're downloading that in the highest form. So whether that's Canva, or InShot, or CapCut, whichever app you use to edit.
What's the 4K 60 better for? Why is it better?
Higher quality. So when it uploads to Instagram, it'll look more like a professional video, and it won't be blurry or pixelated or anything.
Okay, I get
It's
it.
the best quality.
Can I ask you something? I don't know if this happened to everyone. My Instagram feed used to be in square shapes, like the
Yeah.
pictures, and now it's kind of a rectangular thing. So I used to think of my images to be a square, even though if you could open them and then they will extend. But now they seem to be all vertical rectangles. Is that something you can change? Do you know?
No, that's Instagram made an update, so all the images are now in 4x5 instead of a perfect square.
So if we make a video, we have to think of it on a, of course, vertical, but or I don't know.
Yeah, video, I would still 9x16, but
Okay.
images are 4x5. You can also, let's say you make a cover photo for your reel, I would keep that 4x5.
Okay.
So I want to remind you all that there is an Artist Club dashboard. I put the link in the chat. And from the dashboard, you can get to the resource library. And Rebecca, you've mentioned that maybe you didn't see past videos of webinars, the webinar videos. They're all there.
Oh, thank you. I'd love
On
that.
the resource library. It is password protected. And I put that link in the chat as well as the password. So there's a lot of information there, including, if you need a refresher, last month's webinar where Hannah made a great presentation on social media. This webinar will be posted in the next week or so. And then we also send it out to you as a reminder in an email. So there's a lot of resources available to you. And if you need us, we're part of that resource bank that's available to you. So your homework then is to, if you need a refresher, go back and listen to last month's webinar and then review this one once you get it. But over the next 4 weeks until we meet again next month, let's see what you can do on social media. Do a couple of boosts, see what your results are. Do some reels, send those out, and let's see what kind of results you get. So have a great month. Well, I don't think I'm going to see any of you at Art Expo New York, but you're all invited. If you're going to be in New York, just send me a note and I'll make sure you get tickets. It would be great to see you there, and you know where we'll be. At the beginning of April, we'll all be in New York. So thanks very much for joining today, and we'll see you in a month.
Thank you, and have a great show in New York.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah,
Thanks.